Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, SpeedGaming fans. And of course, happy Easter to all of you out there. We got a loaded plate for you all today. We have none other than UncleWyatt versus Ralen Tankir for this opening match. We get the Metroid Prime Randomizer weeklies today at 2 p.m. Eastern. Another Metroid tournament match at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then that is going to be finished off by none other than another race at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Big day on tap. I am WXFan21, joined by the outstanding, the fantastic Fishing Boo on the tracking gimmick. And thank you on behalf of the entire Metroid Prime Randomizer community for spending some time on your Easter with us. The racers are ready. The timer, the gate is dropped. We are getting things started. We are going to just take 2 seconds, though, to get these racers all set and squared away and synced up on tracking, and then we'll get right into the comms. Ralen's going to be the first one out to go check out Alcove, where it's going to be Morph Ball. Gee, there's a nice start. UncleWyatt, unfortunately, did not start their on-screen timer. Oh, this is an interesting start combo. We got Morph Ball and Boost Ball to start before we even get missiles. That's interesting. Head right to Chozo. Gonna find, of course, we absolutely have to find some missiles. Space jump would be nice. Hopefully you all are doing well out there. The dynamic duo of WXFan21 and Fishing Boo here with you for commentary and tracking. Always a pleasure to do comms and tracking with Fishing Boo. And of course, Op82, who I've done a ton of races with this week. Two outstanding trackers, some of the best in the business, in my opinion. Nice missile launcher to get things started for us. Okay. Looks like we could have somewhat of a straightforward seed here. We shall see. Ralen is thinking about it and is going to head in to check out what Ruined Shrine is. We'll see what's over on Grapple Edge. It looks like an energy tank or a spider. Looks like an energy tank, though. There are some missiles. Ralen going to go ahead and use that boost ball. Going to check what's up here in Upper Ruined Shrine. Wyatt's going to get their missile launcher. And these expansions are going to come in handy as well. The problem is we can't get that item in the Ruined Shrine yet. We do not have space jump or bombs to escape. It's a missile expansion for Wyatt over in the Ruined Nursery. Another missile expansion. Racers are making their way to the only logical step at this point, and that would be to go check out Hive Totem. probably space jump. No. It's going to be a missile expansion, so what's here behind Hive Totem? It's going to be another missile expansion. Wyatt's going to go ahead and make their way to the Magmore elevator via this morph ball. I wouldn't call it a puzzle, this morph ball area. Wyatt's going to go check out Vault. And Ralen unfortunately triggers the Hive Totem fight. And that's a Metroid in Vault. Nice X-ray visor on Vault Ledge. So the question is where do we go now? I think the play is probably for Watery Hall and Gathering Hall. UncleWyatt also not want to deal with the fights and for missile expansion. I mean, we could get out of there, but it is just a missile expansion, so we're going to continue to move. And UncleWyatt is choosing to route back into Talon. I don't necessarily agree with this play. I think the play is head over to Watery Hall, Gathering Hall area. But UncleWyatt, I think, is like, you know what? Let's head back to go check out Artifact Temple, which also isn't a bad idea. Ralen gets their X-ray visor. UncleWyatt is making a play for the Artifact Temple. It's quite possible Artifact Temple has our next progression item, but also getting all the artifact hints, of course, is imperative. Gonna see where these artifacts are located in this seed. Ralen also going to be making their way back to the Artifact Temple. If I was doing this, I'd just make a play for Watery Hall, Gathering Hall. And then probably save warp back to start and then probably go get artifact hints. Need to see what items are over there. But this is a fine play as well. No, it's just a missile, but these artifact hints are, of course, going to come in handy. Here we go. Let's see where they are. PCA, Elite Quarters, Triclops Pit, Crossway, Watery Hall, and Dynamo. So the racers would have come across 2 of the artifacts. So we get lower mines required again. So OP has an artifact, PCA has an artifact. The last thing these racers are probably going to route on in. Both players doing the same talent checks, just in reverse order. Ralen went for the artifact hand. Ralen went for the frigate crash site first. Looks like a missile. That's why Wyatt wanted nothing to do with it. And Ralen now at the artifact temple. Here we go. You want the artifact? It's PCA. Elite quarters. Cyclops pit. Crossway. And then the other 2 as well. Watery Hall and Dynamo. Crossway is the interesting one. It means we have to head into Lake Chozo, which I think is pretty interesting. Nice slope jump there from UncleWyatt. There's Varia suit to get us into Magmore. Nice to see Varia suit not an hour and 10 minutes in, like, well, excuse me, an hour and 11 minutes in, or whatever it was in the other seed that I commentated last night. That was such a rude seed. So rude. Now begins the Magmore checks. UncleWyatt really needs to be careful. Only 10 energy left now. After taking a fall in the lava. And UncleWyatt unfortunately takes a death. Ralen gets their Varia suit. But Ralen is not going to go for Magmore. This is an interesting play. Unfortunately, the flames there pushed Wyatt back into the lava, and that caused the death after they fell into the lava to begin with out of the Morphball track. But Ralen might be making a play back for Chozo. We have our first route divergence of this seed, a major route divergence. Wyatt is going to go get their Varia suit and head back to Magmore. Ralen is going to head back into Chozo. Wyatt's going to try this again. Missile expansion over by the fountain. Wyatt's being very cautious this time. Alright, Fiery Shores is going to have... what? I didn't happen to catch what it was. It's been nothing of importance. Wyatt heads to the powerbound tunnel and is going to peek an energy tank. Ralen now all the way into Gathering Hall, going to pick a play for Watery Hall access. And Watery Hall, we know 2 artifacts are over here. Watery Hall is an artifact, and Dynamo has an artifact. The question is, which of the 2 Dynamo checks is going to be the artifact? Missile and Fiery Shores. UncleWyatt's found their way to the Triclops pit. Again, no space jump at this point. We're almost 17 minutes into this seed, and there is no space jump to be found, at least early on in this seed. No way to get to the artifact either without space jump. Maybe they'll come across it in Storage Cavern. Grapple Beam for Ralen. Now this is interesting. We see Ralen actually leaving the artifact in Watery Hall. We know it's in the water, but no energy tank found yet, or and gotten for either runner yet. We've seen some energy tanks, but neither one has been able to get one. There's bombs! UncleWyatt has found the progression that is needed. Bombs in Storage Cavern kind of opens this up for Wyatt. So the seed was taking us to Magmore, then back in the Chozo. Both racers looking good. Movement good from both racers. Ralen taking a little more of a cautious approach. Ralen on their way to go fight Zoid. Wyatt's going to show off a nice double bomb jump. Well done from UncleWyatt. And now is on their way to Lava Lake. Space jump might be over here at Lava Lake. Quite possible. We're about to find out. Space jump would open up a lot more of this seed. And it's Wave Beam! The seed was taking us into Magmore before further progressing into Chozo. So good routing here from Wyatt, but Ralen is going to be able to get these Chozo checks out of the way with, including the Zoid check, which could prove to be pivotal. Wyatt's going to be careful. Only 20 HP left, but the save station is right around the corner. Wyatt will take the save. And what we're going to see is a play most likely to head back into Chozo. And we are. Ralen is almost finished with Zoid. And Zoid will have an energy tank. That's the first one of the seed. But because Ralen doesn't have bombs, Ralen can't get out. There is technically a way to get out, but in these logic settings, no. So there is a way to, with an advanced to expert level trick, in my opinion, a way to boost ball out of the Zoid room without bombs. So Wyatt has had the correct routing, but we do know that Ralen has all the information that they need. Keep that in mind. UncleWyatt is going to go back here. Nice play back to High Totem. And finding their first power bomb. Very nice. Ralen is on their way to Magmore. Remember, Ralen has all the information from Chozo that Wyatt doesn't. We'll see the routing choices from here. We know that Magmore into Chozo was the play. Can Ralen make up the time? Once again, happy Easter to all of you out there who celebrate it. On behalf of the entire Metroid Prime Randomizer community, thank you for taking time out of your Easters to spend with us. 3 games, 3 Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament games on tap today, in addition to our Metroid Prime Randomizer Weekly, which anybody can join. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern today. We've got this match between UncleWyatt and Ralen Tankir, 10 a.m. Eastern today, which you are watching right now live. And then after that, we are going to have a 3 p.m. race, a Metroid tournament race, and then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern will be the final race of week number 3 in the Metroid Prime Randomizer Metroid Tournament 2024. And we appreciate all of you taking some time out of your Sundays, out of your Easter, and out of your Sundays to be able to spend with us watching some of these mentees race. So we appreciate that. Wyatt's now going to be making a play towards Arboretum. And of course, towards Gathering Hall. and Dynamo, which we have access to both now. Unfortunately, we don't have Space Jump to get the Watery Hall item. Peeking at that missile expansion is UncleWyatt. And falls into the acid water. Nice recovery. Once again, a shout out to Fishing Boo for tracking. Greatly appreciated. Ralen acquires their Morph Ball Bombs. UncleWyatt making a play right for Zoid. Maybe not. Gonna bomb jump up. I didn't see anything there. Wyatt's going to try this again. We've got the time. They are in the lead. Ralen, though, is making up valuable time. I can't tell, but that looked like nothing or a Wave Buster. Wyatt's going to make a play for Dynamo. Watery Hall and Dynamo. No, Wyatt's going to come across the Grapple Beam. Grapple Beam does make things interesting because Grapple Beam allows us to get across Magma Pool. Magma Pool allows us with the one Power Bomb expansion that UncleWyatt has to go check the Magma Pool item, which also gives us access to Training Chamber because of Wave Beam. So we get Training Chamber access and Training Chamber open. We'll see if the runners elect to go there. Wyatt, Grapple Beam in hand. So the artifact is Upper Dynamo. So because of not having energy tanks, if I'm UncleWyatt, just get out of there and come back later. Now, Ralen right now in Magma is actually making a different play. Could be making a play for Fendra. Is the only logical spot we can go to right now. However, we still need space jump boost to do a lot more in Fen and for the rest of the game. So Wyatt did go for what I said. It's the magma pool check, so our first energy tank of the seed acquired. Ralen trying to make these jumps here again. No space jump. Will space jump be over? Wyatt finds space jump boots, which unlocks a lot of movement in this seed. Wyatt's routing right now is just absolutely outstanding. If Ralen heads into Fen, they are going to be without space jump. And they are. Ralen heads into Fendrana. Wyatt has space jump. The seed is their oyster. Whatever that's supposed to mean. The whole world is opened up to UncleWyatt right now. In terms of movement because of the space jump. Obviously, we still need ice and plasma. Still need Spider Ball. And of course, the other gravity suits and Phazon suit. But now, Ralen will have the advantage of knowing what's in Fen. The problem is, they don't have space jump to do most of Fendrana. Missile expansion in Lighthouse. UncleWyatt's going to go pick up their second energy tank off of the slope jump. Oh, almost. Wyatt can also now make a play for Tower of Light. Wyatt is going to do the... Wyatt's going to peek this Tower of Light item before doing the climb. Main power bombs at the top of Tower of Light. Space jump, Baja was training chamber access. Wyatt gets their main PBs. Canyon item is... I can't tell. It looks like a Metroid from here. Wave Buster Vault Ledge? No, Energy Tank Vault Ledge, my bad. In the tree, we see some leaves. What's inside tree? I see a Power Bomb expansion. Ralen's gonna take a warp back to start. Shows those where they need to go next. Wyatt and Ralen gonna high five over here in the Chozo elevator room. We should be heading into Fendrana now. Ralen back to Ruined Shrine. Gonna go use their newfound bombs to be able to go and get what they need over here, which I think was just a missile expansion or a power bomb expansion where we found that first one. Wyatt's gonna go to the Root Cave item. Can't get Arbor Chamber yet, but can get Root Cave, and it's gonna be a missile. No way. Wyatt's gonna do the Arbor Chamber out of bounds. Trying to get set up for the out of bounds trick. Out of bounds is not in these logic presettings, however. If you know the trick, then do it. What's stopping you? Nothing. Wyatt trying to find his way back into the room. Or into the room, rather. Might be a little stuck. Wyatt slightly off center. You can see Wyatt is stuck right now. There is this particular setup to get into this room. All right, let's go, let's go. Wyatt's trying to get in. This allows Ralen to make up some time as Wyatt struggles with this out of bounds. Ralen doing the same clear that we saw Wyatt do. Makes sense. Go check the other early items. Now will Ralen be able to go to Magma Pool? Is that where they're headed next? Are they going to try heading back to Watery Hall to go try and grab some artifacts? We know the artifacts in Watery Hall it's in the water, and the other one that's in Dynamo is Upper Dynamo. And Ralen is going to go to Magma Pool. They are going to come their space jump and their first energy tank. Wyatt's trying to drop into the room, almost, but is so far out right now, might want to take a reset. And Ralen's going to be very happy to see this. There's their space jump boots. Finally, Wyatt finds their way in to Arbor Chamber and all that for a missile expansion. A nice recovery from Wyatt. Ralen, though, has made up some valuable time. Nicely done from Wyatt. Wyatt heading back into Magmore. Let's see where Ralen routes into. Into Arboretum. They're going back to Watery Hall. I like this play. All these racers continue their race. Please use !R in the Twitch chat to go follow both of these runners. And !C if you want to follow the commentary and tracking teams. I did my first randomizer race yesterday. Didn't get very far, but I did one. The Super Metroid Vario Weekly Randomizer. I have much more respect for a lot of the experts now and any advanced level player that make wall jumping, mock balls, and infinite bomb jumps look so easy. No, Baja, Super Metroid Impossible is actually a ROM hack. Kidding. It's so different. Just the mechanics of Super Metroid is so interesting. Nicely done from Wyatt. We're going to see what Warrior Shrine has. And there's our Spider Ball! Very nice find from UncleWyatt. And a missile expansion underneath Warrior Shrine. Hello, flamethrower. Say the word, chat. Say the word. We have a valid seed. I'm curious why UncleWyatt's not making a play for Fendrana right now. And why is Ralen headed back to Zoid? I saw that steal. Valid C with flamethrower. And it's a missile expansion. So a missile expansion behind Zoid and an energy tank on Zoid. This is going to allow UncleWyatt to continue to build on their lead, and that's the first artifact of the seed. So UncleWyatt didn't go to Fen because they wanted to route in the Triclops pit artifact. Very nice. Now begins the triple bomb puzzle as Wyatt makes their way into Fendrana. Nice power bomb expansion. Both of these racers are 1-1 in the Swiss stage. Fireball was in Warrior Shrine. Flamethrower was in Gathering Hall. Ralen with a really good setup, just unfortunately unable to get there on that first one. But trying to set up on the spider ball track nicely. Nice. Laid a bomb a little too early. Wyatt's beginning to go through Fendrana. Going to come across here in Ice Ruins East to the spider ball track. And into a missile expansion. Ralen making away with a crossway item. What was upper furnace? I didn't get a chance to see. Or I didn't see it. Ralen trying some slope jumps. Down. So close. Couldn't morph in time, though. Wyatt's entered the Chozo Ice Temple. No plasma to unlock it. No way to peek it. And misses the artifact again. You have to be able to get in. I think there's a way you can set up a double bomb jump, if I'm not mistaken. It was a missile expansion over in the Chapel of the Elders. Ralen finally gets the crossway artifact. Nicely done. Ralen with their first artifact. Wyatt making a play for Fendrana Canyon, I believe. An energy tank was an upper furnace. Thank you, Andui. And now UncleWyatt's going to be making a play towards labs. Just an energy tank and ruined courtyard. Ralen gets their main power bombs. UncleWyatt is heading into the Space Pirate Lab. And now we'll see what Observatory has. Both races, if you've been here from the beginning, both of these races started out with some good movement, maybe a little shaky. Again, this is a race, but both racers now, with almost an hour in, have found their groove. They are flying. Their movement looks a lot better now than it did before. Observatory is what? What is Observatory's item? A missile expansion. Hooray! UncleWyatt now making their way to Control Tower. And UncleWyatt do the Space Pirate skip. We're going to see what this item is here over in Control Tower. It's just an energy tank, but every energy tank is very helpful. Fight a ball for Ralen. And chat, I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everybody. I am back. So, to recap, we have found Ice Beam in Ice Ruins West, Plasma Beam on Thardus, and no other majors quite yet. And now begins to play for mines. We know we have 2 artifacts that await down in lower mines, one on Omega Pirate and one on PCA. Easy routing decisions there. We're still looking for Phazon. So let's be a play for PPC. We know we found Thermal Visor. Ralen got theirs. Wyatt elected to skip it. Didn't want to backtrack through. Don't blame them whatsoever. There was nothing in PPC except the missile expansion. Nice quick work of that elite pirate. Wyatt still needs more missiles. Their missile count is very low. Nice Metroid. Artifact cleanup is as follows. UncleWyatt needs Crossway, Gathering Hall, and the 2 items here in mines along with Crossway. So Crossway, Gathering Hall, Dynamo, and the 2 mines items. Ralen just needs the 2 mines and Gathering Hall and Dynamo. Still a lot of artifact cleanup. This seed has not been nice whatsoever. A very long seed here to get the day started. Excuse me. I got a funny feeling we're going to come across Phazon here in mines. Though Phazon and Magmor, aka Plasma Processor, because that's the only check we have left, would be kind of funny. Metroid and Central Dynamo. Restocking up on some power bomb refills. Rest of the artifacts are in Chozo. To answer chat's question. When both racers were at Watery Hall to begin with, had space jump to get through water also. I don't think either racer at that point had a tank, so they both skipped the Watery Hall item. UncleWyatt has reached MQA. Watery Hall has an artifact left. The upper Watery Hall item. Missile expansion or an energy tank. It was one of the two, I think. Oh no, I'm sorry. Upper Watery Hall was grapple beam. That's a suit. No, it's a missile expansion. Saw the orange glow there at the end. Down into lower mines we go for UncleWyatt. Ralen is still hanging out in Fandrana. Yes, Audra, both have been to Watery Hall. However, even though both were in Watery Hall, the thing with Watery Hall was they went there when they had no energy tanks and no space jump boots. Lower item is artifact, upper was grapple beam. Upper dynamo is the artifact. As they did go back and peek lower dynamo, and it was not the artifact. Oh, these Hunter Metroids, so rude. Nice grapple beam. And falls down. Was well done, though. Ralen's made their way back to Magamore. Heading over to mines now. And Wyatt, nicely done. Did not overshoot it this time, as Audra said in chat. Overshot it, yes. Wyatt on the second try did not overshoot it, but it was a great use of grapple beam on the first one. To jump up like that, well done. And now UncleWyatt makes the boost ball across through PMT. Peeks back at a missile expansion. And now enters Fungal Hall B. Missile expansion over in Fungal Hall B. The only check we have left in lower mines that's not an artifact is MQB. Almost hits the slope jump up. Nicely done from Wyatt. I feel like we're playing Metroid Prime 100% at the rate we're going. Or the rate this seat is going, rather. What is that? Is that a Metroid? Was something that UncleWyatt doesn't want. Over an MQB? Alright, here we go. Can UncleWyatt pull this off with charged plasma in a one cycle? This does look to be a two cycle. Unfortunately, for UncleWyatt. Not having supers does hurt. And now what UncleWyatt's doing is just trying to get around these smaller colored pirates here. The plasma pirates and the power pirates. One more piece of armor left for the Omega Pirate, and here we go. UncleWyatt's expecting Ice Troopers next. Hey, good call. Plasma Pirate comes in as well, and now UncleWyatt needs to focus on the Omega Pirate, who is visible. Omega Pirate is so close to being defeated, but this is probably going to be a 3-cycle, which is unfortunate. And it is. It'll be a 3-cycle Omega Pirate. One of those fights where not having super missiles really hurts in terms of getting done with this faster. We know this is an artifact, and we know PCA is an artifact. And then there should be a route back to Chozo, like Baja said earlier. And then probably a play for the phase-on hint. .33 energy. Wyatt's got to be careful. And the Omega Pirate's here. Find it. Done. Nicely done. Artifact of Strength acquired. Oh my. Nicely done. Able to get through the phase-on and get the energy and missile refills. That was a very long and tough fight for UncleWyatt. Ralen's making their way into lower mines. There's the PCA artifact. 3 artifacts for UncleWyatt. And the last artifact is the 3 Chozo artifacts. Watery Hall, Dynamo, and Crossway. Wyatt still with a substantial lead. However, Ralen already has the Crossway item. And if Ralen can somehow come away with a quicker Omega Pirate fight, they can continue to make up time. Good use of grapple from Ralen. Ralen looking good. Ralen's starting to really move. Yeah, Fishing Boo makes an interesting point in chat that Ralen is and maybe each of them now. There's an energy station coming up. Wyvern's correct. The safe station in MQB should be fine. And a nice slope jump from Ralen to quickly escape Fungal Hall B. UncleWyatt's going to go route out the crossway item to get things started. Actually, my bad. I'm going Arboretum. How funny would it be if Phazon's suit was on Flagra? UncleWyatt will go get the Watery Hall and the Upper Dynamo item. Ralen's made their way into MQB. It's an energy tank in MQB. UncleWyatt's going to do this slope jump. A little tough without the gravity suit. Almost had it. And gets it. Nicely done. 4 artifacts for UncleWyatt. Oh, gets hit by one of the I-beams. Ralen is right outside the Omega Pirate room. This race is inching closer and closer. If Ralen has a good one-round Omega Pirate, this race could be a lot closer than we think. I still think UncleWyatt is ahead by several minutes. UncleWyatt needs to go get that crossway item, and that is the last artifact that they will need, which they're going to go get right now. It's 5 artifacts to 2, as Ralen goes to fight the Omega Pirate for their 3rd artifact. Will UncleWyatt choose to finish out late Chozo and take the save warp into Tower, the start warp into Tower? That is what I would do. Finish up the late Chozo checks. You're right there. After Crossway, go head into the Chozo room. Go to Hall of the Elders, and then Chozo. Excuse me, Elder Chamber. If you come across Phazon, you don't need the hint. Again, we didn't have Ice Beam or Plasma at the time, so do that. No one-round Omega Pirate for Ralen. More energy. Ralen unable to get the pirate skip. Wyatt makes their way to Crossway as Ralen picks up their third artifact. A race that is getting closer and closer. Only a several minute difference separates Wyatt and Ralen. I do agree with chat that Omega Pyro is much easier with supers, we just haven't found them. And Wyatt does unfortunately fall down, getting stuck over here in Crossway. Ralen's taking a warp back to start after getting the PCA artifact. Same thing that Wyatt did. And oh no, Wyatt almost did the artifact! That's unfortunate for Wyatt. Ralen is going to be making up some valuable time if Wyatt's going to continue to struggle to get this artifact. And nicely done. Wyatt has all 6 artifacts. We will see what Wyatt elects to do. Wyatt is going to forego the rest of the checks and rush the phase-on hint. And I would have just finished clearing out Chozo. There are only 3 item checks left. It was Antechamber and the 2 checks in the Chozo room, the Hall of the Elder chamber. And if one of those held phase on, this would make this seed a lot more. You would just be able to complete the seed a lot faster. We're almost 2 hours into this seed. And we just got and Wyatt just got their 6th artifact. Got making a good point that Ralen has thermal. Wyatt foregoed it, came across it, chose to reset and skip thermal. Ralen going to get their 5th artifact. This race is neck and neck now. Ralen has come back, getting the crossway item earlier. Both struggled to get it, but Wyatt ended up having more struggles to get the crossway artifact. Ralen is about a 1 to 2 minute difference behind Wyatt. We still do not know where Phazon is. Both players are going to go for the Phazon hint. Ralen now trying to get up this slope with the slope jump. Wyatt's going to go fight Meta Ridley. Now to go hide in a very specific corner to try to get Ridley to land and then fall to get him down. Final phase of this battle. There we go. Nicely done from UncleWyatt now. Good, keeping him trapped. Can Wyatt keep Ridley trapped here? Oh, Wyatt. If Ridley starts dashing, that's not good. This is literally a minute difference. These races are a minute to 2 minutes apart. It's going to be a race for the Phazon suit. And Wyatt got out of the corner and now unfortunately has to deal with the Ridley dashes. And Ralen also in the same corner. Going to try trapping him. Ridley needs to stop right now. And that'll do it. Excuse me, none of those missiles hit? Rude. What the heck is going on? None of the missiles were hitting Ridley. Ralen is massively caught up. And that'll do it. Ridley is glitched! I've never seen this before! Ridley is glitched! Are you kidding me? Unbelievable! Ridley glitched. Go figure. Nice recovery from Wyatt. Ralen getting knocked all around from Ridley. Folks, these races are neck and neck. And the phase-on suit is in. Oh, upper minds we go. This might be the longest scene we've had this entire tournament. This is about a 15-second difference. These races are neck and neck. It is going to be a play for upper minds. That suit is located. The best case scenario for the runners is that this is going to be in worry. Ralen has overtaken UncleWyatt. Ralen has come back by playing their game, their style of Metroid Prime. They have come back to overtake UncleWyatt, and now Wyatt's in the lead. These two are neck and neck. Could this entire race come down to Prime Exo and Prime Essence RNG? Could it come down to the thermal visor that... What was a several-minute advantage for UncleWyatt throughout this race has now become even. Both racers 1-1 in the Switch stage. Who's getting that all-important second win? We're going to be finding out very soon. If you're just tuning in, I am WXFan21, joined by Fishing Boo on tracking. Happy Easter to all of you and your families and your loved ones. Thank you for spending some time with us this Easter Sunday and your Sundays as well, for joining us here to watch UncleWyatt versus Ralen Tankir. We all greatly appreciate it. The runners appreciate it. Their mentors appreciate it. A lot more Metroid Prime on the docket today. We've got the Metroid Prime Randomizer weekly race at 2 p.m. Eastern. Anyone can join that if you're interested. Exclamation point MPR to join the Metroid Prime Randomizer Discord. At 3 p.m. Eastern will be the second of our 3 Mentor Tournament races. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern, excuse me, 6:30 p.m. Eastern will be the final race of week number 3 here of the Metroid Prime Randomizer Mentor Tournament 2024, or 2024 rather. Oh, what a race we have on our hands, folks. Make sure you all go ahead and join us for these races if you can. We know it is a holiday. So again, all of us, on behalf of the entire Metroid Prime Randomizer community, all the tournament organizers, thank you so much for spending some of your Easter Sunday with us. Tom, definitely come join. Come join. It's a regular randomizer setting. We got alternate settings this week. We'll go into that after this is over. But right now, it is a race. It is a race to find the phase-on suit between Wyatt and Ralen. Ralen out in front. Ralen going to go ahead into, looks like, oh, they went PPC. Both went towards PPC. Fastest way in. I like this. Feel better, Wyvern. My wife and I got over COVID last week, and I've been testing negative all week. And my wife finally tested negative this morning, which is very exciting. So we'll be celebrating Easter with our families probably next weekend. You want to go in the Discord. Thank you, Wyvern. And again, well wishes to you. Get well soon. Thank you, Wyvern. I appreciate that. Tom, you want to go to the weekly discussion part of the Discord. The race room will open up at 1:30 p.m. Eastern for the 2 p.m. race. Check out all the resources there as well for what settings we'll be playing on today. And now Ralen has made their way up to ore processing. Is going to try getting the grapple point, and that Metroid decided to be a real pain in the fanny. How dare they? Why gets grabbed by the Metroid as well? And it will not be an SDB. Ralen and Wyatt on to ore processing. Or ore processing tunnel. On to the main quarry. Could this be where Phazon is? Phazon's going to be somewhere. Here in Upper Mines, the checks we have left. Main quarry. Store security access, whatever it is. SAA, the one in this next room. Around look like they're going to forego or have already checked main quarry. We've seen Phazon here at SAA before, and it's going to be just a missile expansion. 100 missiles for Ralen. Main quarry. XDA. Phazon Elite. And above in Elite Research. Those are the checks that we have left. Phazon is going to be in one of the locations. Who will be the first to find it? And Supers are in main quarry. That's going to make the final boss fight that much easier. Security access A was just a missile expansion. Storage Depot A, we'll see what that has eventually. But Wyatt's going to go get their supers. This is going to be... What is it? Ralen is looking, waiting for the door to open. It's an energy tank. Super missiles. In main quarry. And that means that the Phazon suit is over in the either on Phazon Elite or in the upper part of the room. We have to use the mining laser to break open the rocks. Did both races just skip super missiles at this point? Interesting. Grab him, as they say. What makes sense, Baja? Ralen now going to encounter the wave troopers. Ralen first to reach the Phazon Elite. Is the Phazon Elite going to have the Phazon suit? It has to be in this room. Boom! Phazon Elite has Phazon suit. Ralen is in the lead. And Ralen has thermal. That is going to make Prime Essence that much faster. Wyatt needs to quickly make up some ground. Exclamation point R to follow both of these runners. Give them a follow. They've put on a heck of a race for everybody. Exclamation point C if you want to follow the commentary and tracking teams. What a race we have on our hands. Ralen has been down behind Wyatt this entire seed. It proves to be pivotal at the end to get the crossway item earlier on in the seed and to go pick up thermal. This is allowing Ralen to exceed right now to take the lead. This will be a fun one for the racers to watch back. I don't know why UncleWyatt is not using missiles, but okay. Either way, the Phazon Elite is destroyed. UncleWyatt has their Phazon suit. Ralen is going after super missiles. Somebody listen to Bob. Boom! Ralen on to Metroid Prime Exo. Wyatt on their way back to main quarry. Wyatt over here is weaving with a morph pump. They're just going all over the place. Problem is this is one of the longer rooms. Very tough to traverse because of how the developer. Nicely done from UncleWyatt. Ralen back at landing site. Will Wyatt go ahead and go back and get their super missiles? We will see. Someone tell that shadow trooper or whatever pirate that is to go with the pirate trooper to go away. $92 energy for UncleWyatt. Not going to make a difference, though, because of plenty of an opportunity here to go ahead and get their energy back at the safe station. Ralen into the impact crater. Is Wyatt going to take an energy refill and go back to supers? Or are they just going to warp to start? It's a warp to start for Wyatt. They have foregone supers. Ralen has all the advantage right now. They got supers, they got thermal. Wyatt has skipped supers and did skip thermal. Ralen now into the worst room in the game, as I've been calling this room. Big advantages for Ralen. Wyatt has showed this entire tournament that they are not one to be trifled with, though. Here we go. Ralen is on to Subchamber 1 for Metroid Prime X. Wyatt On the way to the impact crater, Ralen is now facing Metroid in subchamber 1. And Wyatt will take a safety save of the impact crater. Boom, super missile to Prime Exo. Ralen on to subchamber 2. UncleWyatt into the worst room. Or Chad apparently likes to call this the dental office. Fuzzy in chat says Exo is so boring. UncleWyatt's now facing Metroid Prime Exo. And here we go. Subchamber 1 for UncleWyatt, subchamber 2 for Ralen. These racers are neck and neck, but again, Ralen has the advantage of having super missiles and thermal. Super is coming in handy for Prime Exo. Thermal coming in handy for Prime Essence. Ralen now on to subchamber 3. The Exo fight is kind of boring and it is very long. I think it's Exo and Thardus are the two longest fights in Metroid Prime, if I'm not mistaken. UncleWyatt already getting attacked by the orbs. Nice use of super from Ralen. Novel makes a good point for a game of its time. This was a great fight. True. Still doesn't mean it's not long and possibly boring. I also like the duality split of Exo and of Prime Exo and Prime Essence. Really gave it a nice fight. Ralen on to subchamber 4. UncleWyatt on to subchamber 2. Wyvern probably making the best point in chat. Wyvern says a great fight for the first time you see it. Excuse me, a great fight the first time you see it. Boring to fight repeatedly. Fair. Wyatt now in subchamber 3. Ralen almost done with Prime Exo in subchamber. Oh no, that super missile landed too. Come on, game. Now, on to Metroid Prime Essence for Ralen. A very close game here towards the end. Good pull cancels from Ralen. Wyatt's now into sub-chamber 4. So giving Wyatt some annoyingness right now. Back and forth between different beam combos. Or different beams. This race is all but over. Ralen is having a tough time getting to that last phase-on pool, though. Ralen's struggling. And the phase-on pool has winded out. Had a tough time with that part of Prime S. Wyatt to again try to get back into this game. Ralen's had enough of this. Just slays of the pool and lays into Metroid Prime Essence. Yeah, Ralen's had enough of this. Just use the rest of the phase on the pool. Ralen lays into Metroid Prime Essence, gets another pool. It's the thermal phase. Yet again. Unfortunately, gets grabbed by a Metroid, which is not okay, and Ralen having a tough time with Prime Essence. So close! So close! Wyatt on the Prime Essence. Ralen just needs one more phase on. Game is over. Well, this race is over, rather. And there it is. Game. Ralen defeats Ralen Tankir defeats UncleWyatt. Ralen advances to 2-1 in the Swiss stage, and UncleWyatt drops to 1-2. GG's. GG's to both runners. Well done. What a seed! What a race! Well done. Fishing Poo is correct. What a seed. That was a great race between both of these mentees. Well done. Wyatt's going to go ahead and finish out Prime Essence here. And there is the winner of the race, Ralen Tankir. GG's.
GG.
We will get to all the recap here as soon as Wyatt is done here with Prime Essence. What did you think of that seed?
I mean, I had a week in week 1 a seed where Space Jump was in current in monitor. At this seed, I feel like there's a theme going on somewhere.
Some of the races I've commentated last week, Space Jump was an alcove. So it was the first item we
I mean,
okay, let's see. Where was... We needed Gravity Suit was the last one.
yeah.
Gravity Elder Chamber, okay.
Oh, sure.
The fact that Phazon and Super is going Upper Minds was just annoying.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that, or I was talking with Astral there quite a bit about do we go for the hint, do we do Upper Minds. I decided to just go for the hints, but yeah. Upper Minds, given that I don't do bar skip, or not able to yet, maybe, might have been the smart idea. On the other hand, we had 4 Chozo still open, we had 4 Fen still open. I probably should have checked Chozo Ice Temple when I grabbed Ice, but it wasn't there, so was a time save in the end.
For sure. So we're just going to wait for UncleWyatt to join us here for the post-game interview, and we'll get into that race. I want to make sure you all shout out your mentors and everything else. So we'll do that here in a bit. Viewers, I hope you all had a fun time. That was an absolutely long but a great race. And here comes UncleWyatt now. What a race. And there they are. UncleWyatt, GG's.
Yep, good game.
GG.
What a seed.
Yeah.
All right, first things first, shout out your mentors.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
thank Bruh Inc. for mentoring me through that race.
Yeah, definitely big shout out to Astral Echoes here. Coming in on, yeah, not the furthest of notice, but still helping me out here. And worked quite well, I want to say.
For sure. All right, here we go. Let's talk about that seed. UncleWyatt, you were in the lead for most of that seed. One of the biggest difference that I saw was Ralen went ahead and routed in the Crossway artifact early. That was the last one you went to, but Ralen also got Thermal and picked up Supers. You guys were literally neck and neck with Wrigley heading to Phazon. It was such a great race. Both of you, kind of walk us through what your thoughts on that seed was overall.
I really appreciated where Space Boots were, but I feel like that Morph Ball Bomb spot was kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
Was an annoying one for sure. But yeah, this late space jump seed, I already mentioned in week 1, I had an abomination of a seed. So yeah, learning on stuff on the fly or managing without space jump, I was familiar with that, which probably helped me this week too. Was interesting, but
Cool. All right. Let's talk about kind of some of the routing here. We saw it was a lot of kind of the initial routing, first route divergence. UncleWyatt saw Varia, went right into Magmore. Ralen, you saw Varia and went back into Chozo. Talk to us about your thinking with that first big route divergence once you found your Varia suit.
I think we just wanted to go into Magmore because it was right there, and Chozo we already kind of checked.
I mean, we had no bombs. I really didn't want it to go into Magma without bombs, but I also didn't really think about not having space jump too, so Chozo didn't have as much as I would wanted it to have. But still, there were some checks there. Vanilla bombs, that's something that happens more often than I would like to, so I really wouldn't want it to rule out that possibility. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right.
I just really didn't want to go into Magma without bombs if I didn't have to.
Makes sense. I don't disagree with you there. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about one thing each that you both liked about that scene. Let's focus on the positives.
I really enjoyed the location of Space Boots. That was pretty awesome.
Ralen, what about you?
I like my space jump boots early, so I didn't really like that. I don't think there was anything I particularly liked. I mean, there were some nice things. Well, maybe shout out to OP making sure it's double required and not just having one artifact, because that's a given. But well, if you have to go anywhere, might as well go for 2, right? So yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
that's
not?
what I kind of liked. So
sure. Excellent. All right. So one thing I've been asking a lot of players this week, over the past week or so, and I kind of want to focus on this. This is a mentor tournament. So what's one thing, and I'll start with Ralen. What's one trick or something that you've learned so far in your 3 weeks here with your mentors that you either are really proud of that you've learned, that's helped, or one thing you actually got to debut here in this race?
I don't think there was anything in particular that debuted in this race. I mean, there's Frigate Crash Site Climb that I actually would have learned for this race, but it never came into play. But the peak in Chozo Plaza there for the Super Missile Tree, I really learned that, or I learned that on the fly in week 1, more or less.
Nice.
So, or for week 1, and that has helped in a race already peaking plasma there. So yeah, that was there, and especially some combat stuff. Ridley, the AI manipulator for the easier first dashless things, and essence fights, how to approach it to get there a little bit faster, a little bit more consistent, although it didn't really work that well today. So there was quite a bit of stuff already that I got from both Astral Echoes and Jay over the 3 weeks.
Awesome. Uncle, what about you?
it was cool that I got to do observatory dash because I'm a big scan dash fan because that's a trick that I'm best at for some reason.
Nice.
So that was pretty awesome.
Cool. All right. Final thoughts, folks. Wyatt, I'll start with you.
I really enjoyed the location of Space Jump Boots.
And Ralen, how about you?
I mean, I am very glad this tournament exists. I got into I like the Metroid series overall and all the games, but I didn't really get into the 3D Metroids until recently. So getting actually the opportunity to work with mentors here and get into racing is basically coming at the pretty much right time for me, and I really appreciate all of the mentors investing their time helping us to get to race.
That's awesome. Love to hear that. All right. Well, if there's nothing else you both want to say, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. I know that was a seed. So, with that being said, GG's to both UncleWyatt and Ralen Tankir. Thank you so much to Fishing Boo for tracking. And again, happy Easter to everyone out there. Happy Easter to you both and your families. Everyone out there, the viewers, thank you all so much for tuning in. Plenty of more Metroid Prime, as I've been telling you all day today. 2 p.m. Eastern is our Metroid Prime Randomizer Weekly. 3 p.m., our second of 3 Mentor Tournament races today. And the final race will be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune into all of them. Go follow these runners. For Fishing Boo, UncleWyatt, Ralen Tankir, I'm WXFan21. We'll see you in next mission. Latest, peoples.